we've had some really exciting people on the show since we got started. But today, wow, we've got Grammy winner. We've got award-winning actor. We've got somebody who's doing so many things, performing on tour, a new album. It is my absolute pleasure to be joined by Macy Gray. I don't know. Do we call you singer? Do we call you actor? Do we just call you Miss Gray?
Oh, I'm one of those every woman that Shaka Khan was talking about.
So I gotta tell you, and I'm sure you hear this all the time. I try, obviously, is in everybody's head. It was a song that you used to always sing. It still makes you smile when I was sitting there doing research for the interview. I have a friend who was convinced that you said, "I wear goggles when you are not near."
Oh, I know. I've heard that before. That makes no sense, though.
None. It makes absolutely none.
I know, but I mess up words to songs all the time.
So thank you again for spending time with us. Let's step back a little bit, because I think so many people are so familiar with your music and your acting. But I was doing research. How did you get the name? A bike mishap?
Oh, yeah. I was really little, and I fell down on my bike, and I looked up, and the mailbox said Macy Gray. And so that name just always stuck with me. You know, like when you're in school and you have to write like stories, like creative writing and poems and stuff. So I would always character Macy Gray. And then when I started singing, I just thought I needed an alias because my name at the time was Natalie McIntyre till I got married. But and that just sounded really long. So I decided, my name is Macy Gray, and it just stuck.
Just looked up and saw it on a mailbox and went, "That's me."
Yeah, I just went, "That's me." It was like, did you ever see the movie Boogie Nights?
Yeah.
Remember what he says? I looked up and it said Dirk Diggler. Remember that?
Yes.
Kind of that moment.
Okay. That's the example we're going to use. That's
it.
That's the comparison we're working with.
Yeah.
You have some connections to Philly. I was just upstairs talking to somebody, and they said you got a brother who's doing big things in Philly.
Oh yeah, my brother. He owns the gym Body Rock boot camp. I know I'm terrible with locations, but he's been there. Gosh, about like 15 years now. It's a personal training gym. It's really awesome. He gets me in shape. He's pretty hardcore.
Well, we wanted to give them a shout out as well. So you fell on your bike, saw your stage name. I read that going back into college days, and you were writing songs, but you never really viewed yourself as a singer. You were a songwriter. Is that true?
Well, I've always had a knack for the pen. I've always been good at putting words together, And then the thing is, though, when you write a song and somebody will say, "Well, how does it go?" And so you sing it to them, right? So I had all these little tapes, like little cassette tapes. I just aged myself, but
yeah,
with my voice on them. And then someone heard the tapes, and he had a gig every Sunday at a hotel for Sunday brunch, and he needed a singer, and he was like, "Can you learn these songs by Sunday and sing from my gig?" And that's really how I started. It was really by accident.
And you now have kind of become distinguished as one of the most unique voices that's ever kind of been out there. But I also read that, like so many of us, you didn't particularly like your voice when it started or think that you were a singer.
No, no, because it's quirky. It doesn't really sound like, when I was coming up, like all the big singers were like Whitney and Shaka Khan and all those, and I didn't sound it, and Mariah Carey, and I couldn't sing like that, so I didn't think I had a chance, But I just kept doing it. Like I kept like writing and going in the studio and I liked being on stage. I just kind of was doing what I liked. I was in my early 20s and I didn't really know what I wanted to do yet anyway. So I was just doing whatever and I stuck with it and and then it turned into something real, you know.
Was there a minute where it kind of clicked that, hey, like this might be something that's going to have me multi-platinum at some point? Like, did you have that moment where you kind of embraced it and loved it?
Yeah, but it was well after my album when I finally understood that I had finally that I finally accomplished something. You know, it took me a while because I was just, I don't know, I was saying, you know, but my biggest thing was I was able to buy a car, and I got to travel for the first time in my life. I had never been out of the U.S. So I was like seeing the world. I was excited about my car. You know, I paid off all my mom's credit cards. You know, I was excited about stuff like that. And so it didn't really hit me about what was going on until I remember I was in New York and I got mobbed at the Gap.
So these were the small moments that impacted you.
Yeah, that was really when it finally hit me. I was like, oh, these people know who I am, you know. Like, that was when I was in New York, and I went to the Gap to buy my son a winter coat, and I got mobbed in the Gap.
Interesting message for kind of people who are struggling with their own identity or what have you. You had a multi-platinum album. Like, you were being nominated for, you know, Grammys and winning Grammys. And you still didn't particularly like your voice? Like, the rest of the world was saying you're this outstanding performer, and you were like, eh.
Well, I still get a lot of criticism still to this day. So, you know, I don't know. It just didn't, like I said, you know, everybody was listening to, like, Janet Jackson was huge then, and I didn't sound like that. So I thought, you know, maybe these people don't know what they're doing.
You still get criticism about your voice, about what? People are still questioning that?
There's always haters, but there's a lot of people like, you know, she can't sing, and I don't know. I mean, I'm over that though. That doesn't bother me anymore. But yeah, you know, people criticize Jesus. You know, you wouldn't even like Jesus. That's just the way people are.